Hello everybody! Welcome back to the stream. Wow, I'm squinting a lot today. It's weird. Welcome back everyone. Uh, this story background is unusually appropriate today. It's time to leave the desert behind, go up into space. I've been playing Homeworld Deserts of Karak on stream for the past few weeks. I enjoyed it, I had a lot of fun with it. It is a prequel game to Homeworld, which originally came out in 1999, I think, or 1998. No, it was 99. I remember this because I was actually playing it during the Millennium. What do you say? Millennium transition, like the New Year's, where it turned into year 2000, which I guess technically is the last year of the Millennium. I don't know. Either way, it's a long time ago. I was very small when I played it. This game that we're playing today is a remastered version. It is a version from 2015 that has received a lot of graphical overhauls and updates. It looks actually really amazing even today, even though it's like 7 years old now. And the story is still the same. The gameplay is a little bit altered because it's played in a different game engine. I'm going to be using a player patch, which is a sort of community-made update that changes some things balance-wise, and also the game developers themselves updated the game over the years to make it more like the original as much as they could in the new engine. And yeah, I think that's kind of all I should tell you. Oh yeah, I should probably do, like, for those of you who weren't here for the Deserts of Karak streams, I should probably give you like a little bit of a story overview. In Deserts of Karak, which, like I said, was the prequel game, we played as a people on a desert planet called Karak. We discovered some shipwrecks buried in the sand. We fought over these shipwrecks. We managed to win the primary shipwreck, the most important one, and also found like the origins of our people. It turns out that we arrived on the planet with the spaceship and then built a city under the sand, and then slowly over the years forgot about our heritage, forgot where we came from, and then now we're rediscovering it. Also, the desert planet is dying, so we need to leave. And I think that's about it. I think that's where we are in the sort of the wind-up for the next game. So yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's about everything you need to know. So let me just turn off the music and let's get into it. We have a very important decision to make right away. Let's see if I can get that up on screen. It does take a little while sometimes. Maybe I need to tab in and out. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Awesome. Nice. Fantastic. The audio is suddenly very low to me. Oh, it's just the menu is probably very low. Right, so we have a very important very important choice to make right away. And that is that we need to choose our color. Our color scheme for the game. Okay, I think we're gonna go with, I think the canonical badge is like, I don't even know which one that is. This one, I think. And then we have a decision to make about our spaceship color. This not only affects the color of the ships, it also affects the color of the drive trails. The exhaust fumes, if you will, from the ships, which is kind of a key visual element. Kind of like the visual element that the game is. It's so weird to talk about like exhaust that way, but it's almost the most important like visual feature of the game. So yeah, do you guys have any ideas? What do you think? I don't think you can go. Oh, you can go black actually, but I don't think I want to go black for the base color, because that would make the trails black, I think, which is not very visually interesting. I do like it otherwise, though. I do like a sort of like, for example, something like this. Black and yellow, black and yellow. I think that's pretty cool. maybe it looks a little visually underwhelming. Like the ship already has a lot of gray parts, so I'm not entirely sure how good that is. How about we go? Oh, I keep saving over my old swatches here. How about we go like an orange color, and then for the stripe we go something completely different. We go like, this is kind of Star Warsy. Like this is kind of Rebel Alliance type of color scheme. Could also invert these, of course, and go like white and then stripe go orange. That's pretty cool, but I do think we should have a more striking color for the base color because it's kind of the most important part. So I think I'm going to go with the base color being yellow, maybe? I do like me some yellow drive trails. But I think no, we're gonna stay let's make ourselves visually distinct. I think we go red. And then for the stripe color I think we go yellow because yellow is there needs to be some yellow on here. That's important. Yellow is my favorite color. It's gotta have some yellow. I think maybe this is good. I could also just go like blend it in with the parts that are already here and just go like gray. Like you just do like this and then something like that. But that's like steel gray drive trails doesn't really seem that appealing to me. Okay, I think we're gonna go with this. I think we're gonna go red and yellow. Now, of course, I think this actually changes the color you have in the campaign as well, but I'm not entirely sure. It could be. Wait, where the hell? Why doesn't it save, by the way? Oh, these are only like color presets you have. Okay, I get it. This should save now. I think? Right, it's been a while since I played this. Okay. I hope now that the color carries over. Right, there are no difficulty settings in this game. In Deserts of Karak, I played in the hard difficulty. There are no difficulty settings here. The game does have sort of a variable difficulty, which can lead to some weirdness sometimes, but I can mod that out if it gets too annoying. Yeah, I think we're about ready to get going, right? Yeah. Mission 1, Carrick System. The mothership conducts its final preparations before the first test of the hyperspace core. We are going to get a bit of a story briefing here that ties this into the previous game. I am so sorry, my phone just lagged. Just gonna see. No, it seems to be working now. Good. I'm using the phone to check my chat, of course, so that's why it's kind of important that it's working. Alright, let's go. I'm excited. I have played the remaster before, of course, and I have played the original game, but this is still really cool to be back into this universe.
100 years ago, a satellite detected an object under the sands of the Great Desert. An expedition was sent.
It's Rachel Space Runner. This is the final mission of Deserts of Karak.
An ancient starship buried in the sand.
Munching on some cinnamon rolls. Get in the proper mood.
Deep inside the ruin was a single stone that would change the course of our history forever. On the stone was etched a galactic map and a single word more ancient than the clans themselves. Higara, our home.
Yep. We are not from Karak, originally. Came from very far away before we landed here. I remember when I was a kid, I thought this was just the mission, or the cinematic looping, so I can't
And a massive colony ship was designed.
skip the rest of it.
Construction would take 60 years. It would demand new technologies, new industries, and new sacrifices. The greatest of these was made by the scientist Karen Sajet, who had herself permanently integrated into the colony ship as its living core. She is now Fleet Command.
So I don't know if... oh, sorry, I need to...
Promise the stone
I need to finish chewing, sorry.
population. Every mind became focused on the true origin of our people. Every effort on the construction of the ship that would seek it out among the stars.
This is such an awesome intro.
Scaffold control standing by. All stations green.
It's got the colors!
Approach. You got it. Phase 8, 9, and 10 sealed. Scaffold decks A, B, C secure. Decks D and E secure.
This is like the
Scaffold
best
secure. All systems
video
ready.
game intro of all time.
Release crew standing by.
It is lagging a little bit on the stream though. Might have to change some settings once we're through this introduction.
This is Fleet Command. Reporting Mothership relaunch status. Command online. Resourcing online. Construction online. Cryogenic subsections A through J online. K through S online. Scaffold control, stand by for alignment.
It's really important in this space to tilt the spaceship correctly. For some reason. Gotta align it with the galactic plane or whatever. Again, I'm sorry about the lagging. I will fix it after this introduction.
Stand by, release control.
All caliper banks released.
The mothership has cleared the scaffold. We are away.
We haven't made it very far yet, but we're away. Technically. I've always loved this intro, ever since I played this game the first time.
Stand by for command line testing.
But I'm getting a new appreciation for it now after playing Desert of Karak, which I think is a mark of a good prequel, that it makes you appreciate the stuff that comes chronologically after, like, even more. Okay, so I do have some issues. I think it might be that the frame rate is actually too high. I'm getting over 100 frames.
Our task is to analyze
So I can
all
fix
sensor
that in a
data and
moment.
generate mission objectives. Before the hyperdrive test, several trials must be completed.
This is Karak.
Test construction
There she
by
is.
building the primary research ship. Test resource processing by harvesting the asteroids provided nearby.
Hyperspace module charging. 35% capacity and rising. The mothership will be ready for the hyperdrive test in 10 minutes.
Okay, let me get to the menu. I'm sorry about the lag. I think turning on VSync should fix it. It usually does. These types of scenarios. So let me just see if that fixes it.
Stand by to begin combat trials. First, we will be monitoring formation performance. Target drones have been provided here. Assign a formation to
Looks
your
smoother,
fighters
right?
and destroy the drones.
Does look a little smoother, right? Yeah, for me it looks good now. As usual, if something looks weird with the stream, or if there are issues with the audio levels or something like that, please just let me know, and I will fix it. Right. So this is Homeworld. We're not stuck on a flat plane anymore. We're not stuck in the desert. We have all 3 dimensions in space to play around with. Instead of a command carrier, we have the mothership. I'm realizing now that this color scheme is very extra. It looks like the kind of color scheme I would make when I played this game when I was like 12, which is I guess also kind of the point. You know, it's good, it's nostalgic. These are our resources. We don't have salvages anymore. Instead of gathering from shipwrecks, we are gathering from asteroids and gas clouds. These are like our starting craft. Also, I love this the blur effect that happens when you zoom in. These are scouts. They are not very good for combat. They're not quite like the LAVs in Desert of Karak. They're more like just pure scout units. They can fight okay. Actually, in this game, they can fight okay, but they're not like amazing.
Standing by.
Alright, so formation trial target drones. We're supposed to assign a formation to these fighters. Let me see. Formations, you have them all down here. There are quite a few of them, and they're actually pretty useful. Not quite as useful here as in the original classic version of the game. Let's put them in X formation. When this remaster was first released, the formations didn't work properly, and the ships broke apart from the formation when fighting. Now they actually stick together, at least if you put them in like aggressive stance. I'm gonna see what happens if I put them in neutral. I don't know if they stick together in neutral. Even in the original game, they did not stick together if you put them in evasive. Neutral seems to be fine. Okay, good. I'm gonna try evasive as well. See what happens. You see now they split apart. Try to spread themselves out. So there are a lot of controls here, and some of this has been added after the release of the game. Boom. Right?
Confirmed.
So that's it for formations. Testing.
Formation trial complete. Flight analysis shows a 22% increase in combat.
I would love to know how you got to that number, but okay.
Of tactics. Stand by to begin tactics trial. Use aggressive or evasive tactics and engage the target drones here.
One thing that has been added to the remaster after the release is that you not only have these stances, aggressive, evasive, and neutral, but you also have these like attitudes, I guess. Passive, defensive, and offensive, and that determines less. That has less to do with like how they fly, and more to do with how they behave towards enemy units. Aggressive means they're slow and do a lot of damage and stick information. Neutral means it's like a blend of the two, and evasive means that they do less damage but are harder to hit. So that's more to do with how they divert like the power in the ships, whether they focus on weapons or they focus on maneuverability. Here, however, we are the stances up here are more about like how they pursue enemy ships and stuff like that. Right, so let's check our objectives. I'm forgetting. Construct a research ship, right. Getting this part. You can press B just to get up the build menu. It's kind of neat.
Unit emerging from hyperspace.
We have a bunch of different like slots or categories of ships, and a research ship is over here. Let's build that. I do think they've made the probes more expensive in this version
Complete.
than in the original.
Next trial will test the performance of
Not that it matters.
Corvette. Build one and capture the target drone here.
This remastered collection actually has the classic versions of the games as well. So if there's interest, I could show them to you at some point, just to give you an idea of like the difference. Those games still play pretty well, but they are graphically they're kind of outdated.
Mothership.
So, our objective now is to build a salvage corvette.
Assembly underway.
This is kind of closer to... I mean, it sounds like it should be something like the salvagers from Destiny of Karak, but it's not. This is a
New research available.
thief ship.
Research ship complete.
You steal enemy ships.
The primary research
For yourself.
has been constructed. Research division is online. Begin fighter chassis research immediately.
This is kind of... It's kind of similar to
Local resources exhausted.
Rachel's hacking
Salvage
ability
complete.
in the first game. But
Standing by.
it's honestly a lot more powerful because there's... You can't just have one of these, you can have many of these. And they are like actually a very important game mechanic in this game. Stealing ships is very vital. It's not absolutely like mandatory, but it really does help an awful lot. Okay, research works like this. Instead of having all the research in the command ship, we have all the research in a separate ship. You can build more of these and attach them to each other to get faster research, but it's usually not necessary in the campaign. This research is very fast anyway. I think originally back in 99 research did not cost anything, but it does now. They have rebalanced something slightly.
Ready.
Alright, so here's the salvage corvette. Let's capture this. Jlork.
Research complete.
Now we can build interceptors as well. And we don't have a mission objective to do that, but I might as well, just because it's nice to have a few.
Berths are clear. Resource collector awaiting orders. Construction underway.
Yeah.
Interceptor complete.
Stand by for hyperdrive test. Internal pressure doors will be sealed in 2 minutes. Abort system standing by.
Hyperspace module fully charged. I'm ready to initiate quantum wave generation on your mark. Good luck, everyone.
All sections have reported in. We are clear to proceed.
Hello,
The
Kitsubin.
hyperspace drive at
Welcome
your
to the chat.
discretion.
How are you doing? I think I want to build a few more. I want to wait for my interceptors to finish before I get ready to hyperspace. So, in Destiny of Karak, the missions sort of ended when you finished your mission objectives, and then you sort of off-screen or in between missions you move on to the next mission objective. Here, pretty much every mission ends with you pressing this button to hyperspace. Yeah, you came just in time. You didn't even have to see me have technical issues in the beginning. But you also didn't get me help, you didn't get to help me pick a color scheme, so you missed out on that, unfortunately. Right, it's time. It's hyperspace.
Perimeter set.
You can quick dock, but I'm just gonna wait for all these ships to dock because it's cool. Schlurk. So all of your ships that don't have their own hyperspace modules, it's a vaguer color scheme. I mean, I guess kind of. I didn't really think about that. This is kind of the kind of colors I would pick when I was a kid and playing this game. For the original version of it. But yeah, I guess it kind of is a vaguer color scheme. Yeah, so all your ships, like I said, all your ships that don't have their own hyperspace modules will dock before they hyperspace. Right. This is the same effect that we saw in Destiny of Karak with the ships that accidentally teleported into the planet and got stuck in the rock. One thing I like also is that we get to see... we have a map here on the right. Whoa! Excuse me? Access violation, what the hell? The game just crashed. I'm sorry, the game crashed. It just crashed the desktop. That was weird. I hope that is not how it's going to continue behaving, because that's gonna suck. It did do that one time when I was testing it, but I thought that was because I was tabbing in and out. It's still running. I'm going to stop it. Okay, I'm sorry about this. I'm going to start it again. Like I said, I am playing technically with a mod because I'm playing with the player patch. So I'm hoping that that's not going to cause any issues. We're starting up again. Okay. Yeah, okay, we have the opportunity to start the second mission right away, so I'm hoping that's gonna work. Okay, let's try it. I'm hoping it's got my saved fleet and everything. Let me try this again.
All hyperspace
Okay, seems to be
systems
working now.
operating at
Cool.
full power.
If the hyperspace targeting system is accurate, we will emerge in close proximity to the support vessel Kar Salim. This ship has spent the past 10 years traveling on conventional drives to reach the outer Karax system. The Kar Salim will monitor the quantum waveform as we return to normal space and assist in tuning our drive control systems. If the hyperspace module malfunctions, the Kar Salim will provide assistance and resupply. Mission objectives will be to dock with the support vessel in order to complete adjustments to the mothership and her drives.
Imagine getting that mission. Like, you have to spend 10 years 10 years traveling to the edge of the system just so we can test a cooler ship that can go there in like 3 seconds.
New research available.
We made it. Hyperspace jump complete. All systems nominal, and the quantum wave effect has dissipated.
We have misjumped. The support ship is not here. Fleet Command will signal the Kar Salim while we confirm our current position.
This is the mothership calling support vessel Kar
Okay, I'm gonna
Salim.
start harvesting in the
Come
meantime.
please. We've misjumped and are requesting your beacon.
And start the Corvette drivers. Oh, I can't afford it.
This is the mothership calling support vessel Kar Salim. Please respond.
You can actually start the research and it will progress as far as it can with
Lord
your
Wizard, we
available
have picked up
resources.
the Kar Salim's automated beacon. Send a probe to make contact and re-establish communications.
I have to say, if you travel to the edge of the system, that's something like 30 billion kilometers, roughly. And then you end up... How far is this?
Acknowledged.
19 kilometers off target. I think that's still pretty good precision. This is like walking distance. It's a long walk, but it's doable. This is what it looks like, by the way, when they gather from gas clouds. Cool. Okay, so we can build a probe
Insufficient resources. Research paused.
to investigate. They have high standards.
Construction underway.
Yep. Very high standards. I do think it's cool. You can still see the star. It's just fainter. Obviously, you can't see the planet anymore. Alright, I'm gonna start putting some control groups. Put you in group 2, you in group 1.
Acknowledged.
Group 1 designated.
Put you in
Roger.
formation.
Strike group acknowledged. Copy.
You can go in
Strike group
formation.
confirmed.
Right? You don't want to accidentally eat a moon or asteroid. I mean, yeah. I think they mentioned in the lore somewhere that the hyperdrive will automatically trigger like an emergency shutdown if they're close to a gravity, like something, a source of gravity, so like a planet or something like that, or a star. So I'm guessing they're kind of careful about that kind of stuff. Alright, let's send the probe. See what's what. Probes have a very interesting shape. Have you tried the Homeworld mobile game? Apparently it looks really good. I haven't tried it. I have heard other people say that it looks pretty good too, so maybe I should. I don't have a very good phone right now. I'm one of those guys that don't have phones. At least not a good one. right? That's how a gravity well can prevent opponents from going to hyperspace. Ah, yeah, that's true. Also, welcome to the chat, Phoenix. Okay, looks like the car Slim has seen better days. Yeah, I remember the feeling too. I was also shocked when I saw this the first time. This is such a cool cinematic. Okay! First sign of trouble.
They're attacking. The mothership is under attack.
I'm gonna set my scouts to evasive, I'm gonna set my interceptors to aggressive.
Group 1. Group 2 reporting.
And I'm gonna see if I can do it that way.
No problem. This is a gateway.
I'm gonna focus down one ship at a time.
Group 1 reporting. Strike group, prepare for assault. Supporting friendly units. Group 2 copies. Strike group to battle positions. Strike group under enemy attack. Reporting.
I am kind of like...
Strike group under enemy attack.
I shouldn't really be surprised because I have spent a lot of time playing the remaster, but I'm still kind of shocked at how good it looks. Even though it's like 7 years old. Like, obviously the original game is something like 23 years old. Which is kind of insane to think about. Right, I'm gonna build some more. Are we done with the Corvette? No, we have the Corvette drive, but we don't have the Corvette chassis, so we can only build repair Corvettes, right?
Supporting
Let me
friendly
get
units.
the Corvette chassis then.
Enemy attack. Group 1
So
copy.
one thing that game mechanic that was in the original, but was lost in the remaster, is that the Strikecraft originally had fuel, so you had to dock them periodically to fuel up. I seem to be the only person in the entire world who actually misses that mechanic. Most people seem to have hated it and be glad that it's gone. It's also not in any of the other games, it's only in Homeworld 1. It does bother me a little bit that I can't close the build manager. Okay, there we go.
Fire. Moving in. Group 2 copies.
Hello, T-Slug. Welcome to the chat. Time will tell.
Group 2.
Your plans are miserable. I think we're winning this fight either way.
Strike group report.
This is going very well.
Contact. Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Group
These
1
guys
standing
are
by.
not much of a threat, to be perfectly honest.
Group 2 standing by.
They're focusing a lot on my research ship. I remember they did that in the original game as well. It's going pretty well. This is mission 2.
Threat eliminated.
We have
Mothership sustained minor hull damage. Repairs are underway.
jumped to the edge of the system to test the hyperspace, and the ship we were supposed to meet up with here has been destroyed, unfortunately.
Heavy weapon damage is visible on the remaining fragment. A salvage corvette must be sent to retrieve the mission data recorder.
Right, so now we get our actual use for the salvage corvette.
Group 2.
I think I am going to wait until I have my resources back, just so I can build some more ships to escort the salvage corvette.
Copy.
Mothership.
I do seem to remember the resource drop-off load was much larger in the original game. They only dropped off a few hundred. I think it was like something like 500 or 600 originally.
Research.
Could be a balancing thing
New
for
research
multiplayer,
available.
that they wanted to keep the same for single player as well. Wait, did I lose one of my harvesters?
Standing by.
I think I did.
Mothership.
Yeah, they actually destroyed it. I wasn't paying attention. Damn. That sucks. That's gonna take a little longer then. Also, I think we're just kind of out of resources almost. Okay, there's some left. Let me see. Now I think our research is done. We can build light corvettes. I'm probably not going to do that though. I think I'm going to save up for heavy corvettes that we get a little later.
Copy. Acknowledged.
But I do want some
Local
more
resources
interceptors.
exhausted. Fleet, moving on.
I think we okay. I'm gonna have to try with what we got here because otherwise this is gonna
Escort
take too
pattern
long.
locked in.
I'm gonna do the same strategy I did
Confirmed.
back in the day. I'm gonna set them to guard it.
Escorting friendlies.
I'm gonna set them to
New formation
sphere formation, and then all of them go on aggressive. I don't know how well sphere formation works. I don't think it works the way it did in the original, where they could actually literally form a sphere around something they were guarding. Does not seem to be working that way. Okay.
Destination
There are
locked
some changes that had to be made since this is another engine that doesn't really work the same way and the same logic with how the ships operate. I'm gonna build some more interceptors while we're at it.
Interceptor complete.
Also, how are the sound levels? I tested them before, but I have been known to be wrong about that kind of thing.
Interceptor
So,
complete.
please let me know if it's too loud or not loud enough. Sounds all good? Good to hear, good to hear.
Interceptor complete.
in. Standing by.
I'm gonna keep these in reserve.
Mothership.
The interceptors are kind of like the LAVs of this game. They're expendable, but they can hold their own in a fight. And they're also very good, very maneuverable and good at avoiding things.
Acknowledged.
Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. I mean, this really has to suck. Imagine spending 10 years traveling here, and then, like, nope. Is this thing loading? I think it is. Okay, we are under attack.
Priority alert. Additional hostile units detected on an intercept course with the car Salim. Protection of the salvage team is a primary objective. It must return to the mothership with the mission recorder. We need that data.
Right. Sphere formation does not seem to be working very well. I'm gonna return to the strategy I had before,
Strike group prepare for assault.
where we
Group
set
2 copies.
the
Strike
scouts
group attack order
on evasive and the interceptors on aggressive.
Acknowledged. Group 2 reporting.
Oh shit.
Friendlies under fire.
Oh shit.
Group 1 reporting. Strike group prepare for assault.
The scouts can draw their
Group
fire
2.
and the interceptors can
Strike
destroy
group
them.
prepare for assault. Group 1.
Seems to be working okay. I can draw them away from the
Confirmed. Group 2. Attack coordinates locked in. New formation.
draw them away from the salvage corvette. I'm gonna set to X formation. Sphere formation doesn't seem to be working very well. I think I remember X being like one of the most useful just for like general dogfighting.
Group 2 reporting. Strike group attack order confirmed. Strike group receiving fire. Group 2 copies. Strike group receiving fire.
Okay, how's the salvage corvette doing?
Copy.
It's gonna escape. It's fine. It's fine.
Mothership.
Like using claw for bombers. Yeah, same here actually. It's really good when you have like one capital ship that you're targeting.
We got company.
Salvage team docks safely. Downloading mission data recording. Playing last entry.
Acknowledged.
Alright, let's hear the last words of the car Salim.
What do you mean you detect a hyperspace entry? The mothership isn't due for...
Sir, I have multiple contacts on closing vectors. Unknown profiles.
Strike group
No
reports
recognition
hostile
codes.
contact.
Group 2 has
They're not ours.
Well, if they're not ours,
Strike
who the
group
hell
to
are
battle
they?
positions. Strike group under enemy
Sir,
attack.
they're coming in fast. Check. Incoming fire. We are under attack. They're getting through. Breaching across all decks. Hull integrity failing.
Standing by.
Group 1
Mothership
copies. You are receiving the
Mothership.
fourth hyperdrive test.
Copies.
Repeat, the fourth hyperdrive test.
Oh, there are a lot of them actually. I'm starting to lose some ships. Let's pull back for now.
Mothership.
They appear to be reinforcing their squadrons of fighters and corvettes.
Oh right, this is where it is. Damn,
Strike group reports
didn't
hostile
realize it was that
contact.
close.
2, strike group, prepare for...
We are detecting enemy units advancing on our position. Organize a defensive force to protect the mothership.
Right. So,
Strike group
this is getting a
under
little
enemy
more
attack.
problematic. I still don't think we have access to... Oh, we can get a heavy cravat upgrade. I don't know if that helps us though, because I'm not sure if we can be able to afford them, because heavy cravats are really good against fighters in general.
Group 2 copies.
See if we can focus on one ship at a time. I'm gonna build some more interceptors for now.
Assembly underway. Construction underway. Strike group under enemy attack.
It's kind of what we got.
Group 2 reporting. Strike group
Let's put you
reports
to
hostile
neutral.
contact.
Seem to be
Interceptor complete.
doing a little too little damage on evasive.
Interceptor complete.
Ready. Resource collector under attack.
Are you getting anything done?
Interceptor complete.
Good, thank you. Let me see. I don't want to lose my second resourcer. Where do we have it?
Interceptor complete.
It's here.
Mothership.
Stay on top of
Okay, it's fine. It's
Resource
taking light
collector
damage
taking
for
enemy
now.
fire. Friendlies under fire.
Let's see, I do have more interceptors. Yes. See if you can draw their fire.
Punched in.
Get them away from the resourcer. After the Capisi in the last game, the mothership, in terms of defense capabilities, is actually kind of underwhelming. It's got guns, but it doesn't have like any crazy missiles or particularly good range or anything like that.
Reporting friendly units. Group 2 reporting. Copy.
Group 2 reinforced.
Group 1 copies. Strike group to battle positions. Group 2 copies.
Okay, let's see. Salvage corvette. Do we have that still here? Yes. Let's go and see if we can steal one of their ships.
Roger.
I'm gonna keep the resources at home for now.
Let's keep it together now. Assume combat station.
Okay, let's see if we can do this. We might need to distract it first, but we're gonna try it. Can you get it?
Resource operation.
I think so. Yup. Yoink. Come with me, sir.
Confirmed.
Awesome. Let's see. I'm gonna focus down the fighters for now, and because those are the hardest to salvage. And then I'm gonna see if I can steal some of their corvettes.
Strike group to battle positions. Resource collector.
It's like a big magnet. Yeah. It's like a very annoying space magnet.
Reporting.
Thank you. Yoink.
Attack vector laid in.
I'm gonna put this on a control group so we can use it all the time. Where are the rest of their corvettes?
We have determined that these enemy units are inferior to ours. To protect against penetration of the Karak system, destroy the attacking force completely.
Yes, sir.
Information acknowledged. Information acknowledged.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Was that you too aggressive again?
4 copies.
The enemy AI in different games, like in the original, could be a little hit or miss with how it dealt with the salvage corvettes, and I think it's the same in the remaster. Sometimes they're very good at like targeting down the salvage corvettes, and sometimes they're not.
Group 2 standing by. Group 2 reporting. Strike group prepare for assault.
Right, so how is my corvette doing then?
Mothership.
When I captured.
Ready.
Here, let's put you in a group.
3 designated.
Are you getting
Supporting
anything
friendly
done?
units. Strike group reports hostile contact. Moving to intercept. Resource collector under attack. Copy.
Okay, can we dock this to repair you? No. I don't know if they get repaired actually.
Destroyed.
Your device is cracking. Yeah, kind of.
Supporting friendly units. Assembly
Mission
underway.
intelligence got a little
Clear.
sass.
Group 2 copies. Group 2 copies.
Interceptor complete.
Reporting.
Okay, let's see if we can yoink
Report
some more of them.
hostile contact.
I want
Docking
some
signal
more
ready.
missile corvettes.
Confirmed.
Interceptor complete.
Acknowledged.
Group 3 reinforced.
I have a standard corvette as well. I think the standard corvettes are okay against fighters.
Group 2. Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Roger. Group 3 copies.
But I think we're about
Group 4.
almost done here, right?
Standing by.
Group 3 reports victory.
Cool. Stock the interceptors. I lost most of my interceptors, though.
Engaging. Ready.
Group 2 reinforced.
Strike group to
I think
battle
maybe putting
position.
them in aggressive was a bad idea.
Under fire. Moving in. Standing by. Resource collector taking enemy fire. Copy. Reporting.
Group 3 assigned.
Okay, more corvettes. See if we can steal that.
Group 3
You can
copy.
shoot this down.
Coordinates locked in. Group 2
No, you guys need to dock. Like, for real.
Group
You guys
4
actually need to dock.
docking with
Repair up.
Friendlies
Holy
under
crap.
fire.
Okay, I'm gonna keep harvesting now.
Collection confirmed.
Combat stations look sharp.
See if we can do that.
Group 2 standing by. Group 2 copies.
This mission is harder than I remember. Like, I'm not gonna lose the game here, but they're really preventing me from building up a fleet.
Strike group attack order confirmed. Group 4
Yoink more.
ready. Group 3 standing
Yeah, I'm getting
by.
more corvettes,
Group
though.
3 reinforced.
Intercept course punched in. Group 2. Group 4 copy.
Should have built more salvagers. They're my most effective fighters right now. Yoink! It's so strong, too. Like, it's just like, no, 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 come here.
Group 2 has defeated the enemy.
Group 2 reporting.
Okay, cool.
Group 3. Group 2
Even more coming in, though.
Strike group prepare for assault.
Let me see if we can kill this thing.
Stay on top of them. Group 3 reporting. Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Engaging.
Swish!
Back run complete. Holding pattern lock.
Nah, it's the same. Basically, I learned to build nothing but corvettes. What might have changed, though, is salvage corvettes used to have a hard time capturing corvettes. Ah, I see.
Group 2.
I mean, I found...
Units are retreated.
Yes.
Objectives complete. Stand by for immediate return to Karak.
Okay, cool. I'm not gonna hyperspace yet, though. I do want to stay here and gather as many resources as I can.
We're standing by.
And I might also be able to capture some more ships.
Mothership. Group 3 reporting.
In dock, too.
Docking with mothership. Standing
Yeah,
by.
because capturing the corvettes so far has been very easy. So they have not been able to defend against it at all, basically. Shrunk. Okay. Let's see, how many resources do we have left? Still about 2,000. Okay. Let's wait around for a bit. I can't remember if you get all the resources when you hyperspace or not. I know in the original you did not. In the original you had to manually wait for them to gather all of them.
Group 3 reporting.
I don't know if that's the case here as well.
Local resources
I am
exhausted,
going to
please.
build, either way, a second salvage corvette. They're so cheap too. 250 only. Like,
Group 2 copies. Reporting.
so how do we do in terms of corvettes salvage? We got 4 standard corvettes
Acknowledged.
and 1 missile corvette. Is that it? I mean, that's pretty good. I think I lost 1 missile corvette as well. I think I had 2 originally.
Group 4 reinforced.
Reporting.
Oh, there's a lot of resources here. Wow. How much is a second collector?
Construction underway.
Like I said before, you can start constructions and stuff even if you don't have the full amount of resources, and it will just progress as much as it can until you need to stop because you're out of resources. Schlark. Yeah, I think they've definitely changed the the rate, or the amount that they drop off per run. This is something you can answer in chat, by the way, if you know the answer. Do you know if you get all the resources when you hyperspace? So I know you do in Homeworld 2. I don't know if you do it here.
Confirmed.
Otherwise I might have to sit around for a little bit, but I don't want to wait unnecessarily. Do you have any more research, by the way? Oh, I got this one, right? Music is really cool, though. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try. I think we get the resources. I'm not sure. You can save and try. Foggy memory says no. Okay, I'm gonna save. Save. Got a bunch of old saves here. Yeah, let's try.
Defensive perimeter set.
Okay, let's do quick dock. Yes, we got him. 4,000. Yep, we got all the resources. It's fine. It's all good. Okay, so that didn't go too well. Let's run back to Karak.
Analysis of wreckage reveals the hostile units are using strike craft ranging from fighters to combat corvettes. All pilots will be briefed in case hostiles have penetrated farther into the Karak system. On our return to Karak, the final outfit of the mothership must be accelerated in order to defend against possible future attacks. Many major mothership systems are still incomplete. We will notify Karak's missile defense system of this possible threat. The mothership will then dock with the scaffold for repairs. Stand by for hyperspace.
They're immediately jumping into, like, they're immediately going from wanting to explore and search for their lost homeworld to wanting to defend the one they have right now.
No one's left. Everything's gone. Karak is burning.
Karak is being consumed by a firestorm. The scaffold has been destroyed. All orbital facilities destroyed. Significant debris ring in low Karak orbit. Receiving no communications from anywhere in the system. Not even beacons.
Wait. On the maintenance frequency, I'm getting a signal from the cryo tray systems in orbit. One of them is suffering a massive malfunction.
The cryo trays are under attack. Defend them.
So these cryo trays.
These ships are different from those we encountered at the Cosmos. It is likely they were involved in the destruction of Karak. Capture at least one vessel for interrogation and destroy the rest.
These cryo trays house all of the people who were supposed to go on the mothership, so they're here in cryosleep. I think it's in the lore they explain that it's 100,000 people per tray.
Supporting friendly units. Group 2 copies. Group 3 copies. Resource selector awaiting orders.
What happened to the ion cannon we got from Desert? I don't know. I'm guessing it was like an orbital weapon that could only be pointed down.
Supporting friendly units.
I can also imagine that 100 years later it wouldn't function properly. No dialogue for saving 6. I think I'm going to do it now. Actually.
Enemies under fire. Moving in. Group 3 copies.
Let's see. Let's see if I can destroy this very fast. Or maybe capture it.
Enemy frigate captured.
Everyone else are fries. Yeah, exactly. No pressure.
Hostile vessel captured. Crew interned. Interrogation is underway. While searching the enemy ship's computer systems, we came across these flight recordings. Stand by for playback.
right now. Stay together. Ready? Spread. Incoming missiles. Evasive maneuvers. We're hit. Damage report. What's that? There's another one. Prepare for immediate surface bombardment. Commence surface delivery. Orbital target acquired. Watch the spread pattern. Stay sharp. Target destroyed. Delivery to all targets acquired. Multiple impacts can surface temperature 50. Estimated immediate casualties temperature 1742 and stable. Clearance granted. Primary directive achieved.
Analysis of the recording indicates that the Karak missile defenses heavily damaged the attacking fleet. However, we have concluded that at present they can still easily defeat us. We have therefore plotted a course to a deep space asteroid belt. There we can hide and prepare our fleet for an assault.
Yeah, wish they would have delivered pizza
Our
instead.
research division has analyzed the captured frigate. We have reverse engineered the drive technology and developed 2 new ships. Plans for a 3rd vessel are underway, but will require frigate chassis research.
So the thing about this entire moment is that like this has always been a really like iconic moment from the game, and a real like, you know, emotional gut punch. But I feel like this hits even harder after playing the prequel first. Like after being on this planet and fighting over things on this planet and like seeing the people of this planet, it's even more impactful. Which again, it speaks to the fact that Desert of Karak is a pretty well-made prequel, because it makes the other games feel better as a result of it existing. Original game had 4 assault frigates attacking Cryo Trace. The thing about the number of enemy ships is that it actually depends a little bit on the difficulty, on the scaling difficulty. The original game had a slight scaling difficulty, so that the enemy fleet size scales a little bit depending on your fleet size.
Enemy units neutralized. Begin salvaging the cryo trays.
And the
our people. Without them,
yeah,
we would
exactly.
become
No
extinct.
pressure. But like the remaster has a much more severe case of scaling difficulty. So I left the last mission with a pretty small fleet, and therefore I only got 2 enemy ships.
Enemy frigate captured.
Also, the first assault frigate you capture gets like dismantled. They have to like pick it apart to see how it works. But I think you get the second one. Yeah, exactly. So I have the second one now. This is a pretty powerful ship to get this early. I do think you get it in like not that long, but still getting it like earlier than you're quote-unquote supposed to. Okay, let's get some tech. Have this one and capital ship chassis. So we have support frigates now. And I think we also have resource controllers, which are really nice. Gonna get one of those. These are resource drop-off points. They're kind of working like the support cruisers, I think, from the last game.
Ready. Local resources exhausted fleet. Moving on.
I've heard some stories of some people who got into this mission with a lot of ships, and then there were like 8 assault frigates or something, and they just lost immediately. Is Rachel okay? I think like this is 100 years later, so I'm guessing Rachel already like passed away from natural causes.
Cryo tray loaded. 100,000 people secured.
I'm honestly not sure if Karen Sajet is supposed to be like a relative of Rachel, or if they just like both part of the Sajet kith, the same clan.
Reporting. Coordinates confirmed. Copy. Destination locked in. Acknowledge.
Okay, let's keep salvaging. You better drive these really carefully, guys. 100,000 people in each.
Standing by. On our way.
Resource controller
Cryo tray loaded. 200,000 people secured.
Confirmed.
Let's see. I wonder if we can like to salvage command. Kamikaze, that's not what I'm looking for. Control G, okay. Okay, nope. I gotta do them one at a time, I think. Let's see, where's the resource controller? Yeah, there it is. Bus driver in hard mode.
Understood.
Yeah. Like, imagine actually piloting this thing and realizing that, oh, if I mess up now, I'm gonna kill 100,000 people. Like, if you're a bus driver and you mess up, you might kill like 1 or 2 people, which is already really bad enough, right?
New frigates available
But
for construction.
imagine if you like make a mistake here, like, oh, that's like a sixth of all remaining people that exist.
Cryo tray loaded. 300,000 people secured.
Do we have any more research? Let me see. No. Okay. So I think I'm gonna start building some more ships. I am going to go for some more interceptors.
Assembly underway. Assembly underway.
Let's get me like 10 of those, and then I think we want some heavy corvettes. How much do you mess up? They do have more than 2 passengers. Yeah, I was more thinking if they hit someone, you know,
Cryo tray loaded. 400,000 people secured.
like a pedestrian, but yeah, that's like if you drive off a cliff or something, I guess it's gonna be more.
Confirmed. Acknowledged.
Interceptor complete. Heavy corvette complete.
Restarting the Titan, we're firing railguns and plasma bombs at them, and they survived okay. I mean, you're probably correct.
Interceptor complete.
It will probably take more than a bus crash.
Interceptor complete. Mothership.
So I do think we have enough resources. I think I'm gonna get me an assault frigate. One more.
Interceptor complete.
Roger.
Group 2 reinforced.
Oh, you can dock, by the way.
Mothership.
Interceptor complete. Heavy corvette complete.
Copy. Acknowledged.
Signing off, thank you.
Interceptor complete.
This is going much faster with the resourcing now that we have a drop-off point.
Interceptor complete.
Acknowledged.
Heavy corvette complete. Group 2 reinforced.
Let's go for a few more corvettes.
Interceptor complete.
Construction underway.
I don't remember that you had 2 production slots like this. The RTS game Dark Rain also had an atmospheric reservation device in it. See, Dark Rain, that's not it's not connected to
Cryo tray loaded.
Warhammer, right?
500,000 people secured.
Or am I? No, that's something else. Dark Rain was his own thing, right? It wasn't like a franchise or a different franchise, if I remember correctly. It's his own thing. Okay, I get it.
Boundary, this is 4. How far away?
I never tried that actually. Is it any good?
Ready. Ready.
Heavy corvette complete.
Confirmed.
Let's see.
Assault frigate complete.
Why does it not complete the
Heavy
objective?
corvette complete. Mothership.
Cryo
There we go.
trays loaded and
Cool.
secure. Hyperspace module charged. There's nothing left for us here. Let's go.
Quite difficult for an RTS? I see, okay. Right. Goodbye, Carrack. There really is nothing left for us here now. Like, this place was never going to live long, but the kind of messed up thing about this is the Galcian were kind of right. Like, this is obviously intentional, but the Galcian thought that Carrack was we were all going to incur, like, God's wrath or whatever by seeking for the stars. And this isn't God's wrath, but it certainly is a wrath. And a detail that you can actually see in Deserts of Carrack is that they have, when they depict the god, Sejuk, they depict it with an emblem that the enemy ships were using now. they still remember them as like the old enemy that would bring wrath upon the planet.
Defensive perimeter set.
You can see here the resource controller has like its own hyperdrive.
Cryogenic trays have been processed, and our colonists are safe for now. We are all that's left of our world, our culture, our people.
From the interrogation, we learned that a frontier fleet patrolling the borders of a vast interstellar empire was dispatched to destroy our planet. The captain claimed our people violated a 4,000-year-old treaty forbidding us to develop hyperspace technology.
Good luck remembering that
Extermination
4,000
of our
years
planet
later.
was the consequence. The subject did not survive interrogation.
Subject did not survive interrogation. Well,
Hyperspace jump successful.
Scanner data indicates asteroid density is highest in this region. Commence resource gathering.
no one is surprised about that. No, exactly.
Acknowledged. Standing by.
Like, imagine being captured after you destroyed someone's world, and like 300 million people or however many live there.
To increase
The lore.
harvesting efficiency, move your resource controller as close to heavy resource areas as possible.
Reporting.
Like, having to deliver those news. Yeah, I destroyed your planet because
Destination locked in.
you broke
Standing by.
an agreement we had. Okay,
Underway.
what agreement? We don't even know who you are. Well, you see, 4,000 years ago, you signed this document saying that you would never again have hyperspace.
Reinforced.
You would never again develop hyperspace technology. So, you know,
Confirmed.
this is actually your fault. You think about it. It was 4,000 years ago, yeah. Like, I wonder if he'd realize himself how dumb that sounded.
Standing by.
Like, if he was like, yeah, that's... Okay, yeah.
Core
This
set.
does sound pretty stupid, now that I think about it.
Moving into formation.
I'm actually going to keep the
Reporting
interceptors at
underway.
home, and I'm going to keep the corvettes out here.
Ready. Standing by.
So, did I only have one assault frigate? I thought I built another one. I thought for sure I had another one.
Roger.
Nothing personal, just following the protocol.
Confirmed.
See, it was written by my great grandfather.
Construction underway.
Oh, there's the other one. Good. Here you can see the difference, by the way, in the color schemes. They have like inverted colors for me. They have yellow and then red. I have red and then yellow. You can also see the difference in ship design. This is the same ship class,
Roger.
and the factions in this game have, at least us and this faction, have the same ship types for the most part, but the designs are very different. These look like a lot more angular and like pointy. They have a lot more pointy parts on them. Let me see. How are we doing with research? What else can we get? Nothing. Okay, cool. I think we're good. I'm gonna get some more interceptors.
Berths are clear.
I think the interceptors are very vulnerable, but
Assault frigate complete.
I do think they're cool. I like them, so I'm gonna build more.
Confirmed.
Interceptor complete.
Ready.
Interceptor complete.
Group 4 reporting.
Let me see. What
Standing
group
by.
do I put you in then? I guess I could shift the interceptors to
Group
1,
designated.
then corvettes to 2.
Copy. Group 2 standing
Yeah,
by.
and then have the
Designated.
frigates on 3.
Copy.
I think that probably makes more sense.
Interceptor complete.
Reporting.
Group 3 designated.
This mission starts off very slow. Remember that from the original as well.
Interceptor complete.
The pacing of this version is a lot different. The fights happen a little faster. Ships die a little easier in this version.
Interceptor complete.
And then you have a... also the fact that you don't have to wait around at the end of each mission to gather all the resources.
Assault frigate complete.
That could take like... It could take like on some missions it could be like an hour you had to wait around.
Roger.
Oh, are you not?
Collection
Oh, they're not even collecting!
Interceptor complete.
That's why this is taking so long. I just sent them over here. Sorry. Does the game always invert your colors for the enemy? No! I just picked the color scheme.
Interceptor complete.
And then they always have the same one, I think. They always have one that is like
3 copies.
yellow and then red.
Interceptor complete.
Nauseous second color that they can get over their ships, making this super easy to see. Yeah, no. I think you can make your own ships kind of hard to see though if you pick black. I think in the original you straight up could not pick black for your primary color. But in this game you can.
Standing by.
See how much they drop off. 11 out of 39. Bonk. 1389. Right. It's 250. I'm seeing this correctly. Yeah. But
Group 2 copies.
to return to the discussion about Deserts of Karak for a bit, I do think it's kind of cool how they...
Reporting.
The Galcian are kind of... There's a slight, like, tragedy to them, because they're wrong in a way, but they're also right in a way, you know?
Group 3
We kind of had to go to the stars because the planet was dying either way,
Destination locked.
but they were also completely correct and everyone else just dismissed them that it would really bring destruction down on the planet.
Group 1 copies.
And maybe there had been a better way to explore space where we would have been more prepared for an attack if
Reporting.
Catch you on the inward bound.
we'd done this differently.
Copy.
Oh, here we go.
Long-range sensors indicate a mothership-class mass signature. It's coming in fast. Power readings are off the scale. Full combat alert. Stand by for contact.
Did we do something bad 4,000 years ago? I think we'll get more information about that later, so I'm not going to spoil anything. This is a really cool moment as well. You can see the size difference with my assault frigates.
Ambassador away.
Trajectory locked in. Hailing signal open on all channels.
They nailed the atmosphere so well here. Yeah,
Entering
absolutely.
magnetic field now. Almost there. Fleet, we've lost guidance.
This is
and
so
are being
ominous.
drawn in. There's a lot of lights. There seems to be some kind of activity inside. I can see.
We are the Bentusi, and welcome you on spacefaring cultures, unbound. The elderly trade routes were established for the first time by our ancestors. The resources you collect are of value to the Bentusi exchange. They will serve as an acceptable medium for trade. It has been our custom to equip trading partners with an exchange unit. It is therefore been provided to your ambassador as a gesture of goodwill.
Yeah, there are a lot of people whose jobs you wouldn't want in this universe. The Ambassador is definitely one of them.
Fleet, this is Ambassador. We are clear of the Ventusi vessel. All systems green. Harbor Control has released guidance and the exchange unit is secure. Receiving crews. Prep the quarantine chamber.
Yep, so these are the Ventusi.
Quarantine standing by.
Ventusi trading link established.
And we can buy stuff from them. We can buy ion cannons. And I think that is something I want to get. So let's do it.
Tyrannic raiders, servants of the Taidan, are arriving. They must not learn of our contact. We must depart. All that moves is easily heard in the void. We will listen for you. Farewell.
They're awesome because they have a yellow hyperspace signal. So now I think we can just build ion cannon frigates. Let's get one of those.
Underway.
I should try a playthrough that rejects every trade offer.
Copy.
I think I have tried to reject the trade offers before. You get some of the technologies like a little later. But so it is kind of useful to get them, but you can play without them if you want.
Ready. Confirmed.
Oh fuck.
Group 3. Group 2 reporting. Intercept course punch.
That's a lot.
Tyrannic Raider fighters are attacking our resource operation. Defend it and prepare for more hostile ships to arrive.
Engaging. Group 3 reporting. Group 1 copies. Group 1. Standing by. Supporting friendly units.
Ion cannon frigate complete.
Assume combat stations. Group 3 standing by.
Well, these are the enemies from the first mission. Or the second mission, I mean. They're not the ones that burned Karak. They are... well, they're servants of them, as the Ventusi said.
Copy. No problem. This is a cakewalk.
We got company.
I think I'm gonna have to try to form up my guys. This is getting a little weird.
Strike group acknowledged.
I'm gonna gather you up, put you in aggressive. You can break their main formation.
Locked on target.
The assault frigates really do have a hard time hitting fighters. These are the ones that are technologically inferior. Yeah, the ones that suck.
Group 1. Group
Okay, we're gonna need some frigates up here now. Okay, we actually need to pull back. This is bad.
Destination locked in. Underway. Group 3 copies. Resource collector under attack. Group 2 copies. Group 1 standing by.
Taking a long time to kill each ship.
Group 1. Strike group to battle position. Stay calm. Group 2. Moving to intercept.
So generally, the sort of rock, paper, scissors of this game works a little differently than in Descent of Karak. Is that here, interceptors are generally speaking good against bombers. Corvettes are good against interceptors and the bombers. Frigates are good against corvettes. And then there are some frigates that are good against heavier ships. Heavier ships are usually good against frigates. And yeah, it's a little more complicated. Felt like Descent of Karak had a pretty clear like triangle. Rock, paper, scissors. Oh no.
Confirm. En route. Ready.
Pull you away.
Group 2 reports victory.
Reporter confirmed. Group 2
Nice.
standing by.
Good job, guys. Yeah, we have time to dock the interceptors.
Group 1 copies. Docking with mobile refinery. Group 3 reporting. Attack vector laid in. Group 1. Docking signal green.
I think we can build... Actually, I think I might need a
Supporting
support
friendly
frigate.
units. Frigate under attack. Berths are clear. Group 1 standing by. Roger. Docking with mobile refinery.
I'll dock with the mothership instead.
Group 3 reports victory.
Acknowledge. Group 3. Group 3.
Cool.
Engaging. Ready.
Do have more of them coming in.
Resource
I
collection
haven't
awaiting
taken a lot of damage to the
Radar
important
capital
stuff yet.
ships have just emerged from hyperspace.
Oh, right. I forgot about these guys for a moment. Holy shit! Oh, no!
We've got enemy
Oh, no! That's a lot.
Group 2.
Okay, we're gonna have to distract these
Attack coordinates
and try to
locked in.
capture some of them.
Group 4.
Holy shit!
Friendlies under fire. Moving in.
Oh, they're gonna eat through my
Reporting. Green line
mothership
confirmed.
so fast.
Group 3 standing by.
That's more than I've ever seen before. Yeah, this is kind of what happens when you have a scaling difficulty that scales with your fleet size. Okay, we can't distract them. We're gonna have to just take them out.
Enemy attack.
Form up in claw
Frigate complete.
and kill one of them.
Friendlies under fire. Moving in. New formation acknowledged. New
I think I
formation
might actually just die here.
Group 3 under attack.
Strike group prepare for assault. Group 2 reporting. Group 3.
Alright, stay with me now.
Copy. Standing by.
Yeah.
Group 3 reports
Please,
enemy
guys.
contact.
Group 3 standing by. Hull breach. Hull breach. Reporting. Frigate under attack.
Oh, fuck.
Roger.
Group 2 reinforced.
How you
What's our
doing?
damage? Hull
Okay, they
breach.
managed to steal one of them.
Group 4. Copy. Supporting
I just keep
friendly.
stealing them.
Copy.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Group 2 standing by.
Group 3 under attack.
Target confirmed.
Okay, so these are really good against my
4
frigates.
under attack.
Hello, Starpy! Welcome to the chat.
Frigate
You're arriving just as I get my ass kicked.
enemy frigate captured.
What's our damage?
Thank you so much for the good luck. Have fun.
Lost.
Guidance
I hope you're having a good day.
control.
Can you yoink some of these? Okay, they're getting one more. Cool. Oh, they're gonna eat through all of my assault frigates. Are just gonna die. Like, and my fighters can eventually kill them because they can't really do anything against my fighters. They can't really hit them, but it is doubtful if I can do it before they just kill my mothership. Let's see, did I get any Iron Ray frigates? Okay, let's yoink that one. No, let's yoink one that actually has health, like this one. Okay, I am thinning the herd a little bit. Mothership is down to like half health though. I'm gonna see if I can build some more support frigates to repair it, but I don't have the resources. Let's see, if they're all tied up here, I can actually go and continue gathering, right? I think I lost one of my collectors again. No, I have two. Okay. Okay, can you please kill these guys? Like, you can see how little they're shipping away at the health. In the original version of the game, there were no health bars in the enemy ships either. Please kill this one. Okay, they are kind of... They're kind of winning out now. I think it might be too late, though. Okay, the fact that I managed to capture some of their frigates is actually a good thing. They're dying instantly, but they're taking some of the fire. I'm gonna see if I can move out of their reach. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, there are only a few left now. Okay, let's... No, we can destroy this easily. Yoink another one that has good health. This one. Oh god, this is gonna be so close. I'm winning this slowly but steadily, but like I'm not sure if it's gonna be fast enough. And I can't move the mothership either. The mothership has no regular engines. Can't move in this game. Okay, it's only one left now. Or two, technically. It's this one. Oh, it's gonna be so close! Kill it! Oh, get fucked. That was close. Holy shit. Oh, they just ate through all my frigates. All of them. Instantly. I think I'm only capturing one. That's my price for this entire thing. Okay, right. Are you getting any resources at least? What are you even doing? Are you stuck? Yeah, the pathing is a little weird. Thank you. Oh. Okay, I survived. I'm absolutely going to need to repair the mothership. I don't think the mothership self-repairs. Okay, it does. It does. A little bit. I think. I think I saw the life bar take a little bit. Kind of keeping my mouse pointer just to see if it moves. And it's moving. It's moving, right? I'm not just crazy. Okay, it's moving. Good. Support frigate, though, is first. Oh, fuck.
The Raider carrier has been located. It is reinforcing their squadrons of fighters and corvettes.
Okay. I'm gonna have to steal that, and this one has to die, like, instantly. Get bombarded! Oh, it's trying to focus the salvage corvettes. It's just not turning fast enough. If I remember correctly, the carrier actually has some pretty nice weapons on it, so that has to die really fast as well. Nailed one corvette. It did? Oh shit, it did! You're right! Damn! I didn't even see that. I gotta build another one. You need, in case it wasn't clear, you need 2 corvettes to capture a frigate-sized ship. That was something that drove me crazy on the last mission when I was a kid and was playing it for the first time. I genuinely didn't understand, like... I tried to capture with one and it was just spinning around forever. I think I was saying this before, that in the original version the game also didn't have any health bars for the enemy ships. You had to sort of like look at them and see if they were burning or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna move while attacking with this one. See if we can keep it alive. Okay, good. They got this one now.
The carrier is retreating. If it escapes, they will warn the Taidan fleet of our pursuit. Do not allow them to hyperspace.
Not gonna do that. It's not getting away this time. Oh, they got another one right here. No, okay, this is the one I'm capturing. Never mind. Trips me up that it's red on the map. Okay, I think we're good now. I kind of had a heart attack when the... kind of had a heart attack when I saw the number of iron array frigates. Oh, we're good. We're fine. Teal healing beam. Also gonna be able to save this thing, I think. Just have to keep it moving. They can't get a bearing on it. Okay, never mind. Threat eliminated.
The Tyrannic Raiders have been defeated. We can now return to our immediate goal. Preparation for an attack on the Taidan fleet that devastated Karak. Using data from the Taidan vessel captured at Karak, we have been able to determine their location. If we strike now, we can take advantage of their damaged condition. Hyperspace coordinates have been transferred to Fleet Command.
Okay. It's time to move on. I'm gonna stick around for just a little bit because I do want to see if there's anything more I need to get in terms of like ships. How many did I capture? I think I got 2 of these. 1, 2, yeah. Overall only 2. Do have 2 support frigates. All of my assault frigates died. I'm gonna put you in the same group. And I think that's it. Okay. One of the cool things also is that we've learned now that the enemy are called the Taidan. And in Deserts of Karak, on one of the missions you find like a crashed ship. And I think Rachel draws the conclusion, she tries to translate the text and draws the conclusion that the ship was called Taidan. And it's like a misunderstanding. It's not the name of the ship, it's the name of the entire faction of the entire empire that we're facing in this game. It's kind of a cool detail. Okay, let's move on. Speak Swedish for 1 minute. Thank you, crazy janitor. Okej. Det blir svenska 1 minut. Det är roligt med att prata svenska i ett sånt här spel, att man kan försöka översätta alla saker. Hyperrymd. Resursenheter. Standardkorvett. Okej, det låter ungefär likadant. Hur skulle man översätta Interceptor? Hur ska man ens översätta det? Mötare? Någonting som möter och motverkar andra skepp? Ja, jag vet inte riktigt. Avbrytare? Avbrytare would be more like aborter or canceller or something like that. Ja, udda. Jag tror att det är dags att gå vidare till nästa uppdrag i alla fall. Snabbdockning. Docka omedelbart och hyperrymda. Genskjutare. That's a good translation. That sounds weird though. That sounds strange. Thank you, Crazy Janitor, for the Speak Swedish redeem. Okay, it's time to go face the fleet that destroyed Karak.
We have repaired the damage incurred by the Tyrannic Raiders. Combat and sensor systems returning to optimal functionality.
Our first hyperdrive test led to near genocide. Karak, destroyed. All of us, all that's left, hunted by 2 alien races.
We must focus on the matter at hand. Elimination of the fleet that destroyed our world. Coming up on hyperspace coordinates.
I remember when I was playing this as a kid, this is the first mission that gave me like massive trouble. The first really, really difficult mission.
Hyperspace successful. Current position and pre-jump coordinates are in perfect alignment. We are on target.
Acknowledged.
We detect large resource deposits but no vessels. It is possible that the Taidan could be hiding in the denser portions of the belt. It may cause interference with our sensors. Send probes to investigate. All fleet assets should be kept on alert.
Before I send any probes, I am going to start resourcing. Let me see, I think I can send them over here.
Underway. Resource collector
In Deserts of Karak,
acknowledged.
like my primary strategy was always to move the carrier, the Capisi, with the rest of my fleet to keep everything together. Here you straight up can't do that. Like I said before, the mothership can't move.
Reporting.
And I think
Standing by.
while that is a little annoying, it does also force you to sort of create like a different mindset for how to approach
Moving into formation.
stuff, because you have to protect several positions at once.
Acknowledged. Reporting.
Let me see. I got lots of resources, like an insane amount.
Construction underway.
Let's just build a bunch of ion cannons and assault frigates. Let's replace our frigates. I do think something that is scaled differently in the classic version of the game is that you get a little fewer resources there. So I don't remember ever having like 9,000 in the bank. That would have been quite insane.
Group 3 copies. Acknowledged. Group 3 reporting.
Mothership.
One thing that was fun it was kind of annoying actually, but it was a little funny in the original version of the game, is that if you built very large ships, they would come out through here. And if you had ships parked outside of here, the ships would never emerge from your mothership. The hatch would not open, and they wouldn't come out. You would just
Ion cannon frigate.
waste your resources.
Assault frigate complete.
It's kind of annoying.
Copy.
It's also interesting that in the classic version of the game, you could actually choose to play as the Titan. It didn't change the story at all. It just switched the roles so that the Titan were now the people from Karak, and the Kushan were the people that were fighting them. And it's sort of assumed in the every other installation of the franchise that the Kushan are like the canon choice. So
4 copies.
you
Moving to destination.
can't even select the Titan
Ready.
in this game.
Group 3 standing by.
Group 3 reinforced.
Destination locked in.
Both sides exiling each other over and over and over.
Copy. Destination locked in.
Mothership.
Berths are clear. Construction underway.
Ion cannon frigate. Complete.
Group 2 reporting. Group
Everyone
1
inevitably ends up in
Assault
Karak.
frigate complete.
standing by.
Okay, I think
Standing by.
might be time to build a probe now.
Mothership.
Let's just see. There we go.
Berths are clear.
Cool.
Research Division reports
Susie would have been fed up.
for plasma bomb technology. We advise commencing research
Right.
immediately.
Now we're getting some
New
cool stuff.
research available.
One thing that I will say is that I think this game has like more ship types than Deserts of Karak does.
Standing by. Understood. Confirmed. Group 3. Acknowledged.
Group 3 reinforced.
Moving to destination. Copy. Standing by.
So,
Ion cannon frigate.
with the plasma bomb technology, we are going to get attack bombers. They are kind of like anti-frigate and anti-capital ship fighter craft.
Copy.
I remember them being really
Research
good.
Complete.
I'm not sure.
Group 3 reporting. Roger.
I guess we should really have the assault frigates in a separate group.
Group 4.
Kind of running out of...
Ready.
Okay, so put you in
Group
3
three
and then put you in
Standing
5,
by.
I guess.
Confirmed.
I'm kind of running out of numbers
5
here.
Designated.
Confirmed. Group 6 copies.
So what else we gonna spend this insane amount of resources on? I mean, I'm gonna build some attack bombers
Berths are
too.
clear. Construction
Let's
underway.
do it.
Construction underway. Assembly underway.
Like 20 of them. How many interceptors do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ion
1, 2,
cannon
3, 4.
Complete.
16, 17, 18,
Assault
19.
frigate complete.
Okay, it's 20 in one square. That's good. Let's go up to like 40
Berths are
interceptors.
clear. Assembly underway. Construction underway. Berths are clear. Berths are clear.
Attack bomber complete. Probe complete.
Okay.
Attack bomber complete.
Copy.
Interceptor complete.
Now I have no idea what control group to use for the attack bombers. Like instinctively I want to put them in 3,
Group 2 copies.
Attack bomber
but that's
complete.
already
2
taken.
copies. Group 2.
I guess we put the entire frigate line on 5?
Group 5 reinforced. Interceptor complete.
Copy.
The game is slow enough that you can kind of micro with even without the control groups. It's just a little harder.
Interceptor complete.
Alright, let's send the probe.
Bomber complete.
Where are you?
Mothership.
There we go.
Probe dispatched.
I know I'm sorry if I keep harping on about this point, but I do think it's interesting to compare the remaster to the original version. In the original version, you also had the build menu and the research menu took up the entire screen.
Attack bomber complete.
So you had to like leave the view of space and the ships and everything entirely, going to a separate menu.
Attack bomber complete. Interceptor complete. Attack bomber.
Ship profiles and markings match those from the recording at Karak. There is no doubt that this is the fleet. Destroy them.
Right,
Attack bomber complete.
time for some revenge. I do like this detail that some of the ships are still damaged. I think that's a cool detail.
Attack bomber complete.
Right, it's time to
Group
go.
1 copies. En route. Group 2 reporting. Group 3 reporting. Move order confirmed. Group 4
I think
reporting.
they should come at us in like a line, so I think I can leave the mothership relatively unguarded right now.
Reporting. Ready.
Interceptor complete. Group 5 assigned.
Destination locked in.
Right, let's keep building. I think I might want more support frigates.
Interceptor complete.
Construction underway.
Attack bomber complete.
Group 1.
Group 1 reports enemy contact.
Target over the dust cloud. They're off our sensors.
Interceptor
Okay, let's
complete.
watch the dogfights for a bit.
Attack bomber complete. Group 3 reports enemy contact. Interceptor complete.
Resource operation reporting enemy contact.
Attack bomber complete.
Group 2 standing by. Attack vector laid in. Group 1 reporting.
They really aren't hitting a lot when you put them in evasive.
Where's the escort? We need cover here.
Attack bomber complete.
Let's do it like this.
Enemy contact.
Wait, watch your course.
Interceptor complete.
Strike group acknowledged.
Group 3 under attack.
Confirmed.
Group 5 reports enemy contact.
Supporting friendly units.
That's a little better.
Interceptor complete. Group 5 under attack. Group 5 reports enemy
Oh, they have a
contact.
resource collector.
Attack bomber complete.
I should bring the salvage corvettes, by the way.
Group 1 reporting.
Group 5 under attack. Attack bomber complete.
Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Group 5 copy.
Hide that music.
Interceptor complete.
Jam. They might be a very evil interstellar empire, but
Indicate the enemy is harvesting resources.
they got some sick
Destroy the
beats.
collector to repair ship production.
Confirmed. Group 1 standing by.
Unidentified probe detected. Unidentified probe detected.
Okay, they got a lot of probes. It's actually kind of smart, since they can't see you in the dust clouds as well.
Group 1, strike group to battle position.
Compared to the Deserts of Karak, obviously, since we're in space, the game can't do that much with terrain. But they still do some things with terrain, given that we have, like, dust clouds to hide in and stuff like that.
Group 1, strike group to battle positions. Strike group attack order confirmed.
Okay, so now let's see how are we doing on the...
Enemy capital ships appear to have lighter armor on the top, bottom, and rear sides. Our capital ships should be issued move orders while attacking to take advantage of this weakness.
Group 5
Right,
copy.
so this is a cool thing you can do also. Speaking of maneuvering, not necessarily terrain, but you can move in behind the enemy ships.
Group 4 standing by. Moving
The
in.
enemy is using a new fighter-class ship with strong defensive capabilities but low maneuverability. Our research division reports that it can produce a similar vessel. Begin research as soon as possible.
Okay, here come the reinforcements from me.
Lock all weapons on target. Watch for debris. Copy. Frigate
I think in the original version of the game, the defenders were pretty bad, actually, but I think they're much better here.
Group 4 reports enemy contact.
Pretty tanky.
Group 5 standing by. Combat maneuver confirmed.
Okay, let's see. Oh, they're actually... they're much smarter now about killing my salvage corvettes.
Group 4 under attack.
Just lost them right away.
Roger. Group 3
I
standing
would
by.
love to
Frigate
steal that
under
destroyer, though, but I can't
Group 3
afford
reports enemy
another salvage corvette.
Strike group
I think you
under
need like
enemy
4 of them?
attack.
Or
Group
6 of
5
them?
Under attack. Group 3 under attack.
Group 2.
Group 5 reports enemy contact.
You got company.
Group 1 standing
Okay, I
by.
think we're gonna have to
Confirmed.
destroy this thing. I can't afford me
Strike group under enemy attack.
salvage corvettes.
Reporting friendly units. Engage capital ship.
Oh, attack bombers are so nice.
Group 1.
Group 6 reports victory.
Breach in starboard fusion chamber.
What are you aiming for? Okay, you don't have to send the entire fleet to kill one probe,
Frigate
please.
lost.
Strike group coordinates locked.
I'm getting very spread out here.
Good targets.
It's bad because I'm starting to lose
Salvage
stuff.
corvette complete.
Group 5 reporting.
I
Coordinates confirmed.
have to aim
Intercept
for
course
those.
punched in. Group 1 standing by.
Combat stations look sharp.
Group 1 under attack.
Group 5 reporting. Strike group.
What are you
receiving
shooting at?
fire.
Oh, this one.
Target confirmed.
Let me see. Am I still getting resources? I am. Okay, good. Let's move the controller. It's a little far away.
Contact. Group 1 copies. Supporting friendly units. Engaging. Frigate under attack.
Oh, you ended up in the wrong place. Sorry.
Moving while engaging. Cabin pressure dropping. Light fire confirmed. Ready. Attack coordinates locked in. Frigate under attack. We're under fire.
Frigate lost. Salvage corvette complete.
Is that the support frigate to fight the support frigates?
Roger. Stay on top of them.
Nice.
We've got enemy contact.
Oh, okay. This is actually bad, though.
Frigate under attack.
I think we should pull back.
Reporting. Lock all weapons.
Let's see our frigate group. Let's pull that back.
Group 3 copies.
I've lost almost all the attack bombers too because I left them without fighter escort. I'm playing this kind of sloppily. I'm using the wrong ships to fight the wrong ships. We should get the frigates back to fight these guys.
Group 3 destroyed.
Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Reporting.
Let's move the support frigates out of the way.
Roger.
Don't want to lose them.
Copy. Reporting. Frigate under attack. Course set. This is looking good.
Get the
Take
salvage
height.
corvettes out of there.
We're losing control. Move order confirmed.
Salvage corvette complete.
Group 1 reporting. Frigate under attack. Strike group reports hostile contact. Frigate under attack.
Frigate lost.
Group
Damn it,
5,
they're
1
like
to
retreating
3
and they're falling
underway.
back and getting hit by the destroyers.
Group 5 under
That's
attack.
not good.
Under enemy attack. Group 1 copies. Target confirmed. Reporting.
Okay, I just need one more salvage corvette. I don't think I can go in here now with the defenders still being here.
Confirmed. Combat maneuver confirmed. All personnel, code red. Supporting friendly units.
Can you please pull back?
Moving while engaging. Frigate under attack.
Thank you.
Salvage corvette complete.
I went into this full of confidence and now I am not so sure anymore.
Group receiving fire. Strike group under enemy attack. Group 2 standing
Okay, we
by.
need to clean
Attack
out
coordinates
the fighters first off.
Group 1 standing by.
So if I do that,
Strike group to battle.
I got plenty of tools for
Hull
dealing with
breach.
this
Hull
stuff.
breach. Group 2 reporting. Strike group reports hostile contact. We're drawing heavy fire.
Frigate
No, pull back, pull back, pull back.
Ready. Combat maneuver confirmed. Group 5 copies. Course
I lost the
set.
support frigates at home as
Under
well.
enemy attack.
Oh, this is sloppy.
Supporting friendly units.
Okay, I still have one, but they're
Group
chasing
5
it.
reports enemy contact.
Chasing that
Frigate
down.
under attack. Moving while engaging.
Group 6 under attack.
Probably move the resource ship as well. Okay,
Confirmed.
this one I should be able to capture, I think. Maybe. Very close. Yoink! Swish! Thank you.
Confirmed.
The AI gets kind of tunnel vision-y sometimes.
Group 5 copies.
Okay, I need to pull all of you back.
Combat maneuver confirmed. Strike
Oh
group
my
two
god,
under
I've gone
position.
through my
Group 1
entire
copies.
fleet.
Group 2.
Almost all of my corvettes, all of my interceptors pretty much,
Group 1 copies.
all my attack bombers.
Five
Oh, I'm
standing
down to
by.
almost
Group
nothing
1
again.
destroyed.
Frigate under attack.
Group 2 reports enemy
That
contact.
sucks.
Target confirmed.
Time to start capturing.
Enemy frigate captured.
Light fire confirmed.
It's so much resources!
Group 2
Such a crazy
under
amount.
attack.
Acknowledged.
Enemy frigate captured.
I got too cocky. I was trying to wait to destroy the destroyers until I could capture them.
Copy. Understood.
Need to pull the resources back as well.
Understood. Stay calm.
Okay, we're gonna see. This might be death. Maybe.
Engineering reports damage.
Group 2 under attack.
They really hate this support frigate. They absolutely hate the support frigate.
Group 2 reports enemy contact. Group 2 destroyed.
Wait, watch your course.
Group 2 under attack.
Group 5 copies. Gotcha. Copy. Lock all weapons on target. Stay calm.
Right. So now destroying these defenders should not be hard.
Enemy fire.
Hopefully.
Roger that trailer, I see it.
Resource operation reporting enemy contact. Mobile refinery under attack. Frigate under attack. Standing by. En route. Resource collector under attack. Copy. Supporting
Well,
friendly units.
this is like...
Resource collector under attack.
Can I afford one more support frigate? I can't, right?
Resource collector taking enemy
Almost.
All right, let's heat it up in here.
If I just get a little more resources, I could maybe dock my
Resource collector under attack.
harvesters.
Copy. Resource collector under attack.
Yeah, if you dock, and I get enough for one more, I can repair up my frigates.
Docking with mobile refinery.
This might be
Resource
doable still.
collector taking enemy fire.
It would really be awesome if you could hit these guys today and not tomorrow.
Ready.
That's so annoying!
Copy.
Oh, these are salvage corvettes. Oh, this is looking pretty grim, not gonna lie.
Standing by. Frigate under attack.
This is looking pretty bad.
Stay on top of them. Docking signal green. Group 5 standing by.
Okay.
Assume combat state. Acknowledged.
Did manage to capture, like,
En route.
Support frigate
a
complete.
few of the frigates at least.
Roger. Friendlies under
So I do have
fire.
some firepower
Roger that trailer, I see
for
it.
dealing with
Group
this.
5 reinforced.
Capital ship locked
Right,
in.
the research ship should
Group
not be
5
fighting.
under attack.
Reporting. Moving to destination. Roger.
Group 5 designated.
All right, let's heat it up in here.
Copy. Watcher 6. Group 5. Engage capital ship. Watcher 6. Reporting.
Good, come on, one more salvo. There we go.
Resource collector awaiting orders. Engage.
Oh, and I got a support frigate. Awesome. I'm gonna try to pull back the damaged ones. Like this one,
Combat maneuver confirmed.
and this one,
Standing by.
this one.
Standing by.
Can you go back to harvesting? Is that possible for you?
En route.
Kind of dangerous. Go, go harvest the parts of their ships.
Group 5 copies. Attack vector laid in.
So I'm thinning them out now,
Breach in starboard fusion chamber.
but I'm also gradually losing my
Ready.
frigates here.
Frigate lost.
Moving all
Yep.
engaging. I caught one.
Can only repair one at a time.
Reporting. Move order confirmed.
It's not like in.
Reports enemy contact.
Understood.
Well, I can't remember if the Capesi and Destus of Carrick had like an AoE repair or an aura repair, or if it's only.
Reporting.
No, guys.
Resources
You
locked
can
in.
drop off in this one.
Standing
You
by.
don't have to drop off in the
Destination
mothership.
locked in. Copy. Group 5 reporting.
Okay, so there's only fighters left now. This one too.
Moving
Gotta
to
focus on that
intercept.
one. Interceptors are mostly annoying. They're not going to do a lot of damage unless they form up and like focus fire one ship at a time.
Standing by. Understood. Repair target locked in.
Oh, right. They can't actually. This is like actual salvaging. They can't bring them back to the controller. They have to drop it off the mothership. I didn't realize that was a game mechanic. That's kind of cool.
Group 5 reporting.
Okay, so I think building a few corvettes now would be a good idea.
Construction underway. Construction underway. Berths are clear. Frigate under attack.
I mean, if this is all they've got, then I still am okay, actually. Kind of.
Heavy corvette complete. Mothership.
How are we on the resources front? Did I lose them? No, they're still alive. Good. So right now, if I can get a hold of like a couple of salvage corvettes as well, I could start stealing back their...
Heavy corvette complete.
start stealing more frigates again. I've really gone through my entire fleet though. I got my entire fleet like split up in a weird way, where I had like the wrong ship type fighting against the wrong ship type.
Attack vector laid in.
My fighters should have been fighting their interceptors, and their and protecting my bombers,
Complete.
but they got all separated. So I got too cocky.
Salvage corvette complete.
Acknowledged. Confirmed.
Okay, you are the new Group 2.
Designated.
Attack coordinates locked in.
Salvage corvettes. Where are my space magnets at?
Heavy corvette complete.
Group 2 reporting. Copy.
Oh, they're actually targeting this. Yep.
Salvage corvette.
That's pretty bad.
Unidentified probe detected.
Acknowledged.
Oh, they're much better now about targeting the salvage corvettes. That makes this a lot harder. Also, I think I lost my support frigate. No, it's here. Okay, good. This one is very much the thing that's keeping me alive right now.
Standing by. Green line confirmed.
All right, let's
Oh no.
Copy. Combat maneuver confirmed. Confirmed. Understood. Repair target locked in. Reporting. Construction underway.
Okay, I don't really dare to build any more salvagers.
Copy.
They are too
Confirmed.
good at shooting them down. We've cleared out a lot of their interceptors now, though.
Reinforced.
combat stations look sharp.
We have friendly in sight. Target confirmed.
Okay.
Heavy corvette complete.
Acknowledged. Moving to destination.
If I can just be given some time alone to resource
Coordinates confirmed.
gather, this should be actually kind of doable, I think.
Standing by. Group 5. Moving to intercept. Reading contact. Group 6 reporting. Repair order confirmed.
Heavy corvette complete.
Reporting. Group 5 copies. Lock all weapons on target.
Wait, watch your course.
Roger.
Okay,
Group 2 reinforced.
something has been
Attack
rebuilt.
coordinates locked in.
I think this is the last one. They still have their carrier, and I'm guessing it's still protected by stuff, so it's not over yet, but giving me some room to breathe at least.
Group 2 has defeated the enemy.
Cool. Awesome, nice.
Group 2 copies.
Let's
Attack
destroy this
vector
probe
laid
too.
in. Confirmed.
Research ship
Moving to destination.
kept its distance, which was probably smart.
Group 5.
Heavy corvette complete.
Green line confirmed. Group 2 copies.
Group 2 reports victory.
Docking with mobile refinery. Docking with mobile refinery. Group 5 standing by.
Heavy corvette complete.
Destination locked in.
Because they're continuing to send frigates, and if they're sending one at a time,
Group 2 reporting. Moving
I
to
think this is a good time to
destination.
build salvagers again.
Destination locked in. Confirmed. Group 2.
Capture some.
Mothership.
Hold up.
Berths are clear. Standing by. Roger.
I think I need 2 drop-offs to get 2 salvage corvettes. Should be exactly correct.
Ready. Roger.
I'm just pulling everything back away from that thing because I don't want to destroy it. This one I want to capture.
Group 5 under attack.
Copy. En route.
Group 2 reports enemy contact.
Run away! Run away!
Enemy
I do
contact.
wish there was a
Group
command
2
for
under attack.
telling your ships to
Salvage
ignore an
corvette.
enemy
Group
vessel,
5 under attack. Group
so
2
you could
reports
capture
enemy
it
contact.
without having to run your entire fleet around to prevent it from getting destroyed.
Order confirmed.
Group 2 under attack.
Roger. Docking with mothership.
Group 5 under attack.
Docking with mothership.
Okay.
Standing by.
Mothership.
Confirmed. Reporting.
Salvage corvette complete.
You are clear to proceed.
Group 5
Okay,
reports
now we
enemy
got 2. I
contact.
think I can yoink it now. Here you can see, by the way, the emblem that was in the Galcian base in Desert of Karak. It was a little different, but it was kind of basically the same thing. Same idea. There we go. Nice. Okay. Progress is being made. I do like that they're sending like one at a time like this.
Group 5 copies.
Okay, so how am I doing on resources? How many resources do we have left on this map? Doesn't seem like it's a whole lot, but I'm probably wrong about that.
Group 2 standing by. Friendlies under fire, moving in.
Okay, wow.
Attack coordinates locked in. Roger.
Enemy frigate captured.
Group 2 reporting.
Enemy frigate captured.
Moving while engaging. We've got a situation here. Group 5 standing by. Engaging.
Okay, wow, no, okay. No, I need to distract them first. It's not working out.
On our way.
As long as there's more than one, it's hard. Which is good. Like, it's good that the enemy isn't completely brain dead about getting their ships captured. I wonder if there's any point in starting to rebuild like an interceptor squadron. I feel like I have my
Group 2 standing by. Group 5
anti-capital ship weapons now.
Copy. Group 5 copies.
So
Attack
I
coordinates
think some
locked in.
anti-fighter weapons will probably be good. But I already do have the corvettes though.
Copies. Enemy neutralized.
Boom.
Awaiting orders. Local resources exhausted, fleet. Moving on. Group 5 standing by. Locked on target. Target confirmed.
Okay, I'm gonna build some interceptors.
Assembly underway. Construction underway. Berths are clear. Berths are clear. Assembly underway.
But holy
Assembly
shit, did I go
underway.
through them quickly.
Group 2.
Once they ended up fighting the wrong thing.
Interceptor complete.
Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Group 5.
Interceptor
go.
complete. Group 5 reports.
Now
victory.
it's time to start moving forward, I think.
Group 2 standing by. Green line confirmed.
Interceptor complete.
Ready. Copy.
Interceptor complete.
Roger. Destination locked in.
I can't remember if you can set the
Interceptor
controller to
Guard order
guard
confirmed.
the collectors.
Acknowledged.
That's the thing you can do to get it to stay close.
Interceptor.
Otherwise I have to move it manually all the time.
Group 5 copies.
Okay.
Moving to intercept.
Like hypothetically, the
Interceptor complete.
corvettes are supposed to be pretty bad against the assault frigate, but they seem to be doing alright.
Interceptor complete.
Strike group confirmed. Strike group receiving fire.
Group 5 under attack.
Group 5 reporting. Frigate
They're really
under
not
attack.
focusing on them, they're
Attack
focusing on
vector
the
Interceptor complete.
frigates. It would be interesting to know how the enemy prioritizes, like what their plan is, like in how they
Interceptor.
prioritize what to
Attack
fire on.
vector laid in. Strike group reports hostile contact.
Interceptor complete.
Reporting group 5 copies.
Group 5 reinforced.
Group 2 reporting. On our way. Strike group coordinates locked in. Group 5 standing by.
Interceptor complete.
Attack coordinates locked in.
Nice! Rear hit.
Interceptor complete.
Get grilled.
Under fire. Moving in. Strike group under enemy attack. Group 5. Attack vector laid in. Group 2. Strike group to battle positions. Watch your 6. Group 5 standing by. Intercept course punched in. Group 2 copies. Group 2.
Interceptor complete. Interceptor complete.
Standing by.
Group 5 has defeated the enemy. Group 1.
They're blue in
has
Homeworld
surrendered.
2. I think... Yeah, I think in Homeworld... Blue in Homeworld 2. In,
On our way.
if I remember correctly...
Group 5 copies.
Oh, you mean my lasers? My ion beams. Yeah, I think you're correct.
Move order confirmed.
Sorry, I was getting a little confused there. Yeah, I think you're right.
Strike group acknowledged. Strike group
The
prepare for
Kushan lasers are red.
Interceptor complete.
You can see now, like we have the captured ship with them. You can see the difference. It's kind of like always convenient in these like sci-fi universes where they have like, you know, a good guy and a bad guy fire lasers of different color. Makes it very easy to tell them apart. Zap, zap, zap. It is a little unusual that the good guys have red.
Group 1 copies. Underway.
Group 1 reports enemy contact.
Let's pull back from there.
Group 2 standing by.
Corvettes deal with those.
Strike group attack order confirmed. Group 1 reporting. Group 2 standing by. Strike group attack order confirmed.
Group 1 under attack. Interceptor complete.
Group 1 supporting friendly units. Group 5 reporting. Multiplier confirmed. Strike group attack order confirmed. Target confirmed.
Interceptor complete.
We've got enemy contact.
Rebel Alliance and Star Trek phasers. I mean,
Ready.
yeah, I mean, actually you're correct. But the in Star Wars is kind of interesting because they have like, sometimes they have different conventions for their ships and their handheld weapons. Like the Rebels and the Empire in Star Wars is like, for their handheld weapons I think both of them are red, right? And then for the ship weapons, the good guys have red and the bad guys have green.
Group 5 reporting. Group 2 standing by.
Remember correctly.
Group 1 reports enemy contact.
But for the lightsabers obviously it's blue for the good guys and red for the bad.
Laid in.
Sometimes green for the good guys.
Copy.
And the phasers are like, yeah, they're kind of red. They're also a little bit like, more like orange-ish, I guess.
Stations reported by the members.
Resource operation reporting enemy contact.
I see.
Mobile refinery under attack. Strike group reports hostile contact. Strike group acknowledged. Group 2 copies. Group 5 copies.
Star Wars put more technology reasons into it. I mean, I know with the lightsabers it's because they have like different colored crystals in them and something. I don't know about the blasters though.
Acknowledged. Group 2 reporting. Ready. We've got enemy contact.
Yeah, I think I need to put these in like neutral, otherwise they don't catch up.
Strike group attack order confirmed. Group 1 copies. Strike group receiving fire. Reporting confirmed.
Group 1 reinforced.
Strike group, prepare for assault. Strike group under enemy attack.
I think I need to put these in evasive, otherwise it's just gonna die instantly.
Group 5 copies. Strike group to battle positions. Confirmed. Strike group receiving fire. Construction underway. Earths are clear. Construction underway. Reporting. Group 2.
It's taking me a long time to kill the interceptors.
Interceptor complete.
Strike group reports hostile
I think we
contact.
get better anti-fighter weapons later in the campaign. I'm kind of looking forward to it right now, to be honest.
Interceptor complete.
Oh wow, where did you come from?
Mothership.
The hell? Okay, this should be fine though. I don't think they can do that much damage to the mothership.
Interceptor complete.
You can also see here how weak the mothership's weapons are.
Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Ready.
Interceptor complete.
Engaging. Ready. Moving to intercept. Group 2 reporting.
Group 1 defeated.
Group 2.
Oh, I lost all of the interceptors again.
Interceptor complete.
God damn it.
Contact. Group 5.
I'm starting to think you might actually be right and it's just not worth building them.
Strike group receiving fire.
Interceptor complete.
Group 2 standing by.
Are you just not like... Wait, I should probably put you in offensive like mindset, right?
Interceptor complete. Interceptor complete.
Roger.
What's interesting is I'm losing all my interceptors to the enemy's interceptors.
Reporting. Status report. Roger.
Group 1 assigned.
Attack vector laid in.
Interceptor complete.
Strike group under enemy attack. Aggressive tactics confirmed. Fire at will. Forming strike group. Earths are clear. Construction underway. Group 2 reporting.
God, there are so many of them. I need to move forward and kill their carrier. I think that's the only way to end this mission.
Moving into position. Moving while engaging.
Group 5 reports enemy contact.
New heading set.
Hope I have enough to do that.
Group 2 copies. Strike group reports hostile contact.
Where's my support frigate? I should have brought it.
Group 6 copies. Strike group reports hostile contact. Repairs initiated.
Interceptor complete.
Hold formation. Let's keep it together now.
Strike group receiving fire. Reporting. Group 5 reporting. Combat maneuver confirmed.
Interceptor complete.
Assembly underway. Group 2 standing by. Group 1. Friendlies under fire. Moving in.
Group 5 under attack. Interceptor complete.
Copy.
Group 1 reinforced.
Target confirmed. Acknowledge.
It's taking a while to kill these things.
Enemy attack.
Interceptor complete.
Copy. Strike group under enemy attack. Strike group reports hostile contact.
Maybe the heavy corvettes are not great against fighters.
Group 1 reporting.
They actually seem to be losing to them a lot.
Group 2, strike group to battle positions. Acknowledged. Group 1 copies.
Interceptor complete.
Attack coordinates locked in.
Group 5.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to put them on evasive, I think, and let it take its time.
Assembly underway. Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Confirmed. Status report. Strike groups prepare for assault.
It is becoming a problem when their interceptors build up, though, because they will whittle me down eventually, even though it takes them a while.
Roger.
Okay, keep moving forward, guys.
Well engaging.
Interceptor complete.
Strike group reports hostile
Repairs are here.
contact. Standing by. Understood. Repair target locked in.
I wonder if light corvettes are better for...
Group 2 copies.
So I never used heavy corvettes much when I played the game before. I mostly used, like, other corvettes that you get later.
Strike group under enemy attack. Reporting. Light fire confirmed.
Group 1 reinforced.
Target confirmed.
I wonder if I should build more light corvettes. I'm gonna try it.
Berths are clear. I caught one.
Multi-gun corvettes, yeah, exactly.
Group 5
Okay, so they don't have that many capital ships left. They only have the carrier, so let's just try to fuck that up and end the mission.
Strike group receiving fire. Reporting.
Stop getting more reinforcements all the time.
5 reporting.
Light corvette complete.
Okay, in the meantime, let's move while firing, so we get, like,
Combat maneuver confirmed.
hit it on the top.
Confirmed. Repair order confirmed.
Light corvette complete.
Yeah, get fucked.
Strike group receiving fire.
They do have a special ability? Burst attack. I didn't realize.
Under enemy attack. Strike group attack order confirmed.
You have to, like,
Strike group reports
Control
hostile
Shift B.
contact. Strike group attack order confirmed. Resources exhausted fleet.
Ah, I actually didn't realize.
That's all of them. Ready for orders. Hit. Hit. Damage report.
Group 6 lost.
Ready. Acknowledged.
I lost
Lock all
the support
weapons on
frigate.
target.
Damn it.
Group 2 reporting.
Well, if I win this mission, it's gonna be
Group 5 standing.
very, very, very Pyrrhic victory. But now I think they literally only have these two frigates, and then they only have fighters.
Battle positions. Group 2 standing by.
Okay, let's try the burst thing again. When it recharges. Did I lose my resources? No, I still have them. Good.
Acknowledged.
Okay, let's try it.
Stay on top of them. Supporting friendly units.
Looks like they're just firing like a more powerful salvo than usual.
Reporting. Moving to intercept.
Let me see if the light corvettes can fare any better.
Gotcha.
Maybe.
Reported.
Frigate lost.
Construction underway. Group 5 copies. Strike group.
Oh, this is gonna be so annoying.
Strike group receiving fire. Strike group.
Let me see what their ability is.
Roger.
They don't have one. They only have kamikaze, which all ships have, or all the light ships have.
Complete.
Copy. Strike group attack order confirmed. Standing by. Strike group reports hostile contact. Moving while engaging. Strike group receiving fire.
Light corvette complete.
Berths are clear. Light fire confirmed. Copy.
Alright, so do they have any more frigates? They have one more.
Strike group under enemy attack. Group 2 reporting.
Light corvette complete.
Acknowledged.
Okay,
Copy.
you should not be fighting a frigate.
Destination locked in.
I know the light corvettes should not be fighting frigates.
Strike group reports
That's a
hostile
bad
contact.
idea.
Supporting friendly
But this one I
units.
should be able to
Reporting.
capture if I
Strike
can
group
just get two
receiving
salvage
fire.
corvettes out.
Mothership.
Assembly underway. We're under fire. Acknowledged. Drawing light fire. Strike group reports hostile contact. Standing by. Strike group prepare for assault.
Holy crap, they have trouble hitting.
All stations reporting by the
This isn't good piloting.
Enemy attack. Strike group reports hostile contact.
Maybe I should just build scouts. I don't know. I just remember them being like having very low
Ready.
firepower, but I feel like I need something to catch up to these
Fire.
things.
Strike group to battle positions. Watch your 6. Strike group receiving fire.
Okay, how are we doing on resources, guys?
Strike group reports hostile contact. Strike group receiving fire. Group 5 standing by. Strike group prepare for assault.
Light corvette complete.
Roger. Combat maneuver confirmed. Ready. Attack coordinates locked in.
I see. Did I get the salvage corvettes out?
Copy.
Oh, they're on their way. Okay. Scouts do not make good combat craft. Ah, I see. In the classic version, they actually were pretty good. They were actually pretty good because they were so maneuverable. My standard like setup for fighters used to be to have one group of scouts in evasive and then one group of interceptors in like neutral or aggressive. So the scouts would go in and draw the enemy fire, and then the interceptors would come in behind them and clean them up. That worked out pretty well. I also know that like in Homeworld 1 Classic there were some like speedrunning strategies that involved making like a ball of scouts. Just making them kill everything.
Standing by. Strike group attack order confirmed. Roger. Standing by.
Okay, so
Reporting.
only one? Come on, just give me a few more drops of resources.
Group 5 reporting.
Well, I am cleaning this up now. I am gonna win, but it's taking a while.
Group 2 reporting.
I don't have any good anti-fighter weapons apparently. I seem to recall the corvettes being good at killing interceptors, but they genuinely don't seem to be doing their job at that.
Moving to intercept. Stay on top of them. Target confirmed.
I'll try putting them on scout ball. Sounds fun. Yeah, they would put the scouts in like sphere formation, and you would move them in a special way to make them like dodge a lot of the attacks, and then they would just kill everything really fast. Because like when they're in sphere formation, they didn't need to do like strafing runs. They would just always like stay around a target firing on it. Okay, one left here.
Reports hostile contact.
Okay, let's salvage this.
Roger. Strike group receiving fire.
Group 5 reports victory.
Group 2.
Okay, we're winning. Very slowly, but we're winning. Might be a little too rigid from the formations. I mean, I have them on evasive now. I had them, it might have been the case before. Right now I have them on evasive so they don't maintain formation. But maybe it's better to just go like...
Strike group
And I think in neutral they don't stay very tight in formation either. But yeah, that could have been the case earlier when I had a lot of them on aggressive.
Strike group coordinates locked in. Roger. Reporting. Local resources exhausted, fleet. Moving on.
See, I think I need some interceptors. Like, I don't need them right now. I'm gonna win anyway, but I think I might need them to kill fighters later down the line.
Assembly underway.
I am just gonna have to accept that I'm gonna go through a lot of interceptors. It's just how it is. Are we done here?
Interceptor complete.
Is there anything left to kill? Apparently there are. Okay, I'm gonna need to build some probes to check that out.
Complete.
See where they are.
Construction underway. Assembly underway.
Extremely good, assuming they can ever get close enough. Ah, okay.
Interceptor complete.
I thought they were in Classic. I thought they were kind of underwhelming.
Probe complete.
Group 5 reporting. Roger.
Mothership.
Okay, let's see.
Interceptor complete. Mothership.
Probe, please.
Mothership. Mothership. Probe complete.
Did you not say that it was complete?
Interceptor complete. Mothership.
Where is it then? Am I missing something? Am I crazy? Where's the probe?
Interceptor complete.
Standing by.
Did I not get my probes?
Mothership.
Okay,
Interceptor complete.
I think that's it. I think we're done.
Tidan fleet destroyed. Hyperspace coordinates locked in.
They work as floating towers. That's the name. Yeah, I'm familiar with how they work. I just remember, like, balance-wise, I thought they were pretty weak in the original version of the game.
Roger.
But thank you for the advice.
Group 5 standing by.
Okay, so that's it. Titan fleet destroyed. We've taken our revenge. Finally.
Copy.
I think I'm just going to... I was thinking about moving on to the next mission, but this might actually be a pretty good time to end the stream, unfortunately. I would love to keep playing, but I got some stuff I need to get done tonight. So I think this is a good time to start, like, winding down the stream. I can actually let this run in the background and just gather resources. Let me just see. Hold up a second. Oops, nope. It just pauses immediately. Alright, let's go back to the story background. Good luck with stuff. Thank you so much. Let's get some nice music. There we go. Okay! It's fun to play this game again. The remaster is extremely, like, it's still visually very appealing. Even though it's getting to be a few years old now, it still looks great. It sounds great. The atmosphere from the original is absolutely intact. The story is really well told. I also feel like I said, the some of the reveals and some of the twists and turns in the story hit even harder now after playing Deserts of Karak. So I'm really appreciating, like, how they tied the games together with the prequel. I think that's really nice. One thing I will say, though, is that some of the sort of game mechanics are a little wonky in the remaster. There are some things about how the ship balance types, the ship types are balanced, and how they, you know, interact with each other. That doesn't work quite the same way, and it leads to some strange situations. Also, as we saw, the difficulty level is a little strange with the ship scaling, the fleet scaling. Suddenly, like, one mission can be very easy, and then the next mission can be really difficult. But overall, though, I'm still very much enjoying it. It still has, like, it still packs an emotional punch. It still looks really good. Still sounds really good. The atmosphere is excellent. So I'm still having a lot of fun with it. I'm looking forward to continue playing it. I have played through the entire original game, but that was like, that must have been something like 20 years ago. Like, that was ages ago. And I've never played through the entire remaster. I've made it about half the campaign in the remastered version, so I'm really looking forward to continuing. I'm gonna show you my streaming schedule for the rest of the week. It's not gonna be any more Homeworld this week. That's gonna be next week. Almost certainly it's gonna be Wednesday next week as well, but I will let you know with a schedule on Twitter. If you do follow me on Twitter, by the way, I can get the... Oh! That's huge, sorry. I didn't mean to make that so big. Hold up. It's a little big. Yeah. If you follow me on Twitter, you can get notified when I stream, and I'll also be posting a schedule for the week in advance. Usually I do that anyway. But we still have some more streams this week that are scheduled. Resident Evil 3 continues on Friday. Having a lot of fun with that game. And then I'm going to play some more Age of Empires 4 ranked multiplayer on Sunday. This might be, I'm not sure yet, this might be my last Age of Empires stream for a while. I am enjoying the game, and I am enjoying the streams, but I also feel like my commentary is lacking a bit in these streams. It's difficult for me to stream and talk at the same time when I'm playing Age of Empires. And it leads to some less interesting streams than I would like to have, so might be taking a break from that game for a while. But one more stream, at least, on Sunday. And then we'll see. Thank you so much for showing up for this one. Really enjoyed getting back into Homeworld, like I said. I am going to be playing through the entire series eventually. And I heard, like a little while ago, that Homeworld 3 has been delayed for 2023. Which kind of is a shame, but it's also good that they're taking the time to polish it up and making it as good as it can be. So I am gonna have plenty of time to finish all the other games before I get to that one. Right. Thank you so much, guys. Hope to see you on Friday for Resident Evil. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great evening. Good night.